What up, Schmoedown rockers? To the normal random rockers. Eventually, we'll get to this. I was hoping to while I was doing some lawn care stuff. And something happened with the stream thing. So, it screwed me up. I still listen to my car here and there, but it's hard to kind of, when you're trying to keep up with Collider Live and everything Schmoedown related. So, speaking of which, that's what we're doing here. And what we're going to do... Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what this is, it's a barrel. It has some recycle, specifically cardboard and chipboard. Apparently, since some recycle and centers, there's a difference. So, as well as some magazines, all this other stuff. Recycle. Don't pollute our planet. Probably more than what I'm doing right now with my car. But I know it's not entirely friendly-ish. But anyway, point being, this is one more Schmoedown Rocks today. I believe it's number 51 now. Because the one I wound up having to put up Friday because there wasn't one for Friday because I decided to do a live stream then. And apparently there was a surprise birthday one and I missed out on a chance to do my usual stuff because I don't have enough money for that. Which bums me out, and I was like, I'm going to make up for that one later. Don't you worry, Schmoedown. Harlow for anything, and company, and... Anyways. Now I get to finally, because apparently it's supposed to pop up at some point today, and eventually I'll release it today. Don't know if I wanted to make this my first premiere episode or whatnot by the time of this recording. Still pondering. You'll find out later when it actually happens and all goes down, blah, blah, blah. So, finally, Jeannine the Machine versus Mike Kalinowski 2, round 1. That's in the second match between the two of them. Round 1 of the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament of this year, of this Season 6, and this year, 2019. Yeah, it was one of the tough ones. Because, you know, Mike won the last one, if you hadn't already known that. From me having said so in a previous one a while back. And also, given what has happened since then, especially for Jeannine, I think, weirdly enough, I believe the last thing Jeannine did singles-wise has been against Mike. So this is kind of funny. But she made up for it with her time with Time Machine, her and Ethan, against Paddington 2, which was a great normal three-round match. Because there's been a lot of really good matches, even for titles. That's going to be... yeah. So, anyways, I liked this match. It was nice. It did get to a point where the moment of round 2, even though, like, he sort of heelishly did this one thing, did this, his one thing in round 2 once he apparently wound up spinning on the second spin, James Bond. Oh, the luck continues. The luck continues. He's on some kind of a roll despite the hiccup against Snyder, which really set him back and had him have to start over, and now he's got to have this run that he's probably never gotten a chance to fully have in singles. Hell, he had to face, of all things, JTE, and was on a run, and maybe he's got to be on a similar run too. Who knows? You know, I didn't want to bet against Jeannine. Jeannine had a chance, but like the last match she had against him, it's that, and what happened since the beginning of this year. Them fucking 5-pointers have been a bitch to her, man. Especially since you fell a dungeon hit. So it just sucks because maybe it would have been nice to have her have that redemption, but she showed she was, despite the 5-pointer, she was doing really well given the circumstances. But hell, she did. I don't know. I'm trying to think if Mike did well first round. I'm blanking because I'm still reeling from the other thing I need to talk about besides this match that happened at the Throwdown. And that, my friends, is the motherfucking Nuke. Oh boy. Well, getting to that eventually. Well, it seems things are working themselves out, and Mike has 2 bouts for a reason at this point, and he's working his way up, but this just makes, and whoever wins this was going to get the right to face Roca in round 2. And I'm looking forward to that match now, because, oh boy, it would have been fun either way, but especially Jeannine would have had a run, but it's unfortunate. And it sucks. And I'm hoping for her to be able to it's just a shame she's in 6. Maybe she'll have a chance in teams with Time Machine. A lot of people are banking on it. If not Shazam or something of that nature. It's a tough year for teams as well. Much tougher. Especially because of Anarchy, for that matter. And now it's even tougher this year. So hopefully things with Time Machine will go well. But it also all depends on what happens in the live event. And then, that's just going to be even more interesting if either Roca or Mike, following that potential run with the round 2 match, which is just going to further what's going to happen going into Orlando. That's what I'm excited about for this. And is pumping me up, and is that half the bracket got interesting for round 2. Having Kalinowski versus Roca and Bibbs versus Irwin. Oh boy. And but the other half is going to be interesting too, but that's more on a different end of things, even though I already seen what happened on a certain side of that's what's happening this week, is that side of round 2 is happening, leading into what's that finals is going to be. And then the next week, I'm guessing, is going to be those matches for round 2, which is going to be fun as well, that I had just mentioned. So, which of course, Stacy versus Meyer, Percy Howard versus Brendan Meyer. Well, what will happen will Brendan Meyer clinch, maybe save certain brackets, especially Center Fanatics. My boys in the dungeon there. D2A as well. So some members of C2A, even though I'm disappointed in some of you who decided to. I understand she's guy girl, but Roxy ain't that great a manager. Results. Granted, the most results she's done is finally make Andrikel not a belt virgin and giving Snyder a chance to be a 2-time, through 2 teams, team champion, But they couldn't beat Shire Wolves, so, and Oyama's got the singles title, and managed to beat your boy, who, granted, wasn't on his A game, and neither was fucking Oyama, apparently. And he managed to take it. So, I mean, come on. But regardless, whatever. Other than that, I like Roxy. She's fine. When she's not, mouthing off my boy Kaiser and, making Smets mad. Which, I mean, I'm guessing she's worked things out with Smets. Mainly because she's trying to warm up to him. And she has more reason to now because of the nuke. We'll get to that in a minute. But yes, overall, I mean, the match itself was pretty. I mean, I'm trying to remember what Jeannine got, but it wasn't romantic comedies, but it was a good category for her. I'm trying to think who it was, but what actress it was, or I guess we say actor now. I don't know. I'll just go with actress because it's easier. Sorry, we're gonna not cut that out. We're not gonna cut that out. I'm too much of a role. So, yeah. Now I'm just gonna get over it. The nuke. I'm still reeling from it, guys. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Fuck you, Nuke. For one awesome, but it's because of what they always say in the Patreon page. If you are a patron, you know this. They even try to quote this. It's not just trivia, it's sport. And what they're doing is bringing about a draft. So basically taking what we've kind of gotten this earlier with the collision I guess, when it came to the Manager Bowl, and we're just going to extend it into draft form. And it even makes I guess there's still fantasy leagues, but nobody really bothers to talk much about them anymore. Unless, you're making brackets for your tournament season. But which, I mean, last time you ever bothered to hear them talk about it was when Makuga and Cody Hall did their thing. Which was just kind of more of a jokey thing, but it still worked, I guess, for those who got a chance to do it. And shame that app ain't around anymore. But, couldn't say much because I have fucking Android. I don't have iPhone, so yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered for me. That's what was the problem. You should have had it for Android, and you might have got more people. Might have been more successful. I'm just saying, you shouldn't have just betted on iOS. I'm just saying, that was where you went wrong. You should have found a time to make it for Android, and you might have gotten more people that way. But that's my opinion on the whole app situation. Hopefully you might figure out a way to get it back. I don't know. We shall see. But anyways, the Nuke itself is with the fantasy thing, and, the thing is, there's so many rules that he'll explain it better if you've seen it. From what it seems, top tier people that are champs, mostly those of the teams, if they're in the top 5 and they do wind up having to get drafted or something, the team, if you take that person, you automatically take them. There's other logistics involving for the managers themselves, whether or not they can pick more. It's very much more like an NFL draft, essentially, which I guess is something that's going to make Mark Ellis more invested in this thing. Hell, I think that's where his talks with... Hell, a lot of what he had mentioned was, I guess, that R&B did with this Nuke was apparently altered, and only 2% of it was him, and most of this is Harloff. But the fact that it was presented by him, and we have footage evidence, is enough for R&B to be mouthy about it, even though Harloff pretty much said you only got 2% credit, buddy. Sorry. And you backfired. And that's the thing. It can backfire on them, too. Especially if we get lucky and Take the Cannoli comes back. Woo! But then again, if brands do manager duties, I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, Jay's technically still kind of a competitor, but that's more for IG. But still, even though it's not going anywhere, and Smith's made that for sure. Yeah. But I love you, Jay, anyway. I'm subscribed to your channel, so maybe unless you subscribe to me. Anyway, so the Nuke itself is just, I'm bummed because I don't want to think about the possibility, given my dungeon head. For loose cannons, it would bum me out. I wouldn't feel as bummed as if somehow Smets and Kaiser got split up. That's the one thing that I'm more worried about out of the whole thing, aside from the possibility of Wildberries splitting up. But yeah, that's nothing no one wants. Nobody wants. Especially after what we got of the previous throwdown with Late to the Party, them versus Late to the Party, which is what's going to be the reason for my bracket being what it's going to be, which will probably get busted for having to switch from the family to them. But if they play the way they do, and the family barely squeaks by, they're going to have to step up their fucking game. Especially if they're going to go up against fucking loose cannons. And if they don't, they will get their asses kicked. I believe that's what it says on the bracket. I got to re-look at that, and eventually I'll post that too while I'm dealing with this. Mark my words. Hopefully I still have time to do that. I don't know how I got to do it to where it's Karloff knows it or anyone else. But anyways, well, it sucks. Now we have our round 2s, which apparently are Meyer versus Howard, Preston versus Bateman, Ethan versus Bibbs. Ethan Irwin versus William the Beast Bibiani, and now Roca versus. And now, more exciting, especially going into the Orlando live event, when that live streams, on my end at least, Roca versus Kalinowski. it's getting interesting. Let's put it that way. So, what did you guys think of the match? What did you think of the nuke and what it will do, what it has done and dropped? How will it affect possibly your fantasy leagues or all the factions you have invested in and done fan pages for? Apparently, also at this point, apparently he is on mission in Spain. Smits. Well, studying as well. Well, study mission, I guess we shall say. Or at least that's what he says it is. I don't know. Apparently found our number 300 member, and I'm waiting for his reply so I can make it official, if he hasn't done so himself. So, yay, we'll just need 20 to 30 more, and we can outweigh corruption's membership. If it matters after the fucking nuke drop, Jesus fucking Christ. Help us all. Jesus! As Mark Riley would put it. Anyway, what you guys think of it? What are you looking forward to? How far busted is your bracket? Are you still in there things with the tournaments for singles? Maybe some thoughts on teams-ish. As well as thoughts on the nuke that dropped. Where things are going to go with that. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Better probably explained by him than on them. Hopefully by the time I upload this, it'll finally be up and everybody will see it by then. But leave a comment below. Let me know. And as always, guys, keep it random. Keep it real. Keep it rockin'. If you smell what the movie trivia Schmoedown and Schmoedown Rocks is cooking.